Hello, this is RV Vagabond Jerry, and today I wanted to show you the different ways you can hook up your RV to outside electrical power sources, also known as shore power. Now, if you have a 50 amp cable like this, then you simply plug it into here. However, some RV parks do not have 50 amp. They will only have 30 amp, which is this one, and then quite often they will also have a 20 amp connection like this one. So if you do not have the 50 amp connection, then you need an adapter like this, which is also known as a dog bone because it sort of looks like a dog bone. So you just connect this to your 50 amp cord, and then this plugs into the 30 amp connection right here. Now, if you're going to hook your RV up to a power outlet at your home, it's extremely rare that any RV park doesn't have a 30 or 50. They only have the 20. That's very, very rare. But most often the 20 amps are used for people hooking up their RV to an outlet at their home. So in that case, you get this other type of dog bone that plugs into here. And this is an ordinary connection for your house outlet. So here you've got a combination of two different dog bones. And then that just plugs into the 20 amp. Like that. Although sometimes it's kind of difficult because the round point, which is the ground, is at the top, not at the bottom. Very bad decision on whoever created this box. And then they have this thing, so you actually can't get it in there. So in that case, what you might have to do is you get an ordinary extension cord. You plug this into here, and then it's much easier to plug this in to there. There you go. So you get plugged into that 20 amp, you actually need, you got your 50 amp cord, you got the 50 to 30 adapter, you got the 30 to 15 adapter, and then you got a little 15 to 15 adapter so that you can actually get it in there, mainly because of this dumb thing right here. Now, if your connection box, if you use a 50 amp and you have a double breaker like this, then you're actually getting two sets of 50 amps. See, the 30 has one breaker, the 20 has one breaker, but the 50 has a double breaker. If you got a double breaker, then for the 50 amp, you're actually getting 100 amps. Now, if you don't have the 50 amp, if you're in an RV park that just has the 30 and a 20, that actually is good news in one way, because then what you can do, in order to get 50 amps out of a 30 amp connector, believe it or not, there's a way you can do it. What you need is a contraption like this. So this plugs into your 50 amp cable, which is not easy to do, believe it or not. And then this plugs in. And then you plug this into the 20 amp. So what that does is it takes the 30 and the 20, combines it into one, and gives you 50 amps. Bingo. Now, one of the reasons why I did this video is because I looked on YouTube for videos about these double 30, 20 amp connectors, and I couldn't find any. And all of these connectors you can buy at RV supply stores. I bought mine on Amazon. You just go into Amazon and look for them, and you can buy all these connectors. So there you go. And actually, with a box like this, there is 5 different possible power connections for different amps. And some places, the 20 amp actually only puts out 15 amps. I don't know why. I guess they're a little short on electricity. So at some places, you're not going to get 20, you're going to get 15, so that's 30, 45 actually. So your different possibilities of outside power, shore power, is 15 amp, or 20 amp, or 30 amp, or 50 amp, or 100 amp. There's 5 different levels of amp connections that you could possibly have on these power boxes. 15, 20, depending on which one of these you have, and then 30 with just the 30 amp connector, and then 50 if you use the double like this, and then if you use the 50 amp connector, you're getting 100 amps. So I hope that has helped you. Goodbye.